Huge news for Hunger Games fans today. Sunrise on the Reaping has officially found its Haymitch with the actor Joseph Zada. At this point, Joseph Zada only has a few acting credits to his name, so let's talk about some of the projects that he's been involved in leading up to being cast as Haymitch in Sunrise on the Reaping. He recently starred in the Australian series Invisible Boys. That's him with the blue hair. This seems to be a queer coming-of-age story set in, obviously, Australia. Hopefully those of us who don't live in Australia will be able to get our hands on this show because it actually looks really good. What I'm super excited for is the upcoming Prime Video adaptation of We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. This show comes out in June. Joseph will be playing Johnny. I absolutely loved this book growing up. It's one of my all-time favorites. If you didn't know, We Were Liars is a YA coming-of-age sort of magical realism novel that was huge on Tumblr like in the mid-2010s and then had its resurgence popularity on Book Talk after the pandemic. And because the show is coming out, we actually planned on covering both the book and the show on the podcast very soon. So obviously keep a lookout for that. And now I'm even more excited to see our Haymitch in something that I was already ecstatic about. And if you couldn't see him as Haymitch yet, just look at this picture of him behind the scenes of We Were Liars. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Also, Joseph Zada was cast in the upcoming Netflix adaptation of John Steinbeck's East of Eden, starring alongside the likes of Florence Pugh and Mike Feist. This show was also written by the wonderful Zoe Kazan. I'm such a huge fan. Admittedly, I have not read East of Eden. I can't say I really love American classics, but this cast is stacked, so I'm excited. If you didn't know, we are Rereading the Revolution, a podcast where we go back and reread the iconic books of the dystopian Tumblr era. So of course, we are huge Hunger Games fans. We actually just covered all of the Hunger Games books as well as Sunrise on the Reaping on the podcast. So if you've been looking for more Hunger Games content to engage with, I highly recommend. Available on all podcast platforms, and we will continue to update about Sunrise on the Reaping movie news.